Welcome back, guys. Today we're having another tier list video. This is mostly just because I'm at a roadblock right now and I really have no clue what else to do. But this video is kind of a little special to me specifically because this is YouTubers that I grew up with. They're basically my childhood heroes. Well, except for a few. Anyways, let's jump straight into it. Our first runner-up is DanTDM. Now, DanTDM basically built my childhood. I loved listening to his Minecraft videos. I loved watching them. I loved his little showcasings and all that stuff he used to do. We've kind of grown apart, me and him. I say as if I know him. I just don't watch his videos as much anymore. I don't watch his videos at all anymore. And it's just because I've grown up. And it's a shame to say that this is for the majority of the YouTubers that I am watching now. But basically for, building my childhood and just having a really successful career and not being another Minecraft freak, I think honestly he's going to go ahead and go in S tier just for basically building my childhood. Anyways, our next runner-up is Markiplier. Now, Markiplier, growing up, he was just someone to really look forward to, someone who was just genuinely funny and just, someone who was out there to make content to appreciate. And growing up with his content has definitely been something that I appreciate just because he has such a nice fan base and everyone is so supportive of everything he does. And I can't wait to go see his new movie and continue to follow his career. I don't really follow it as much as I used to, but I do still dabble in some videos that, he posts. He's going to have to go in S+. And, of course, the next step, you can't forget Spadicy, Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye was definitely a little stranger for me because I loved his content, but I also didn't watch it as much as I would have watched, Markiplier or DanTDM. But I still did definitely watch it frequently. Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, like a few years back when I was growing up, basically played the exact same games, and I wanted the same, I wanted the same opinion from both sides, so I watched Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. So honestly, just for kind of being there, he's obviously gonna have to go in S tier. Now, the next runner-up is something a little weirder. Obviously, it's PewDiePie. Now, I kind of found PewDiePie late. I did watch some of his content when I was younger, and, well, I watched more as I grew up, just because I found his channel more relatable at my age, growing up older. I found it more kind of inspiring, just because of all the hard work he was doing, and just him, having a family, getting out there. And so, honestly, he just deserves S+ tier for being the GOAT through every single trial and error, and it's just amazing to see that he's doing so well. Obviously, as you can see, the next runner-up is popular MMOs. Now, I watched a lot of popular MMOs growing up. I loved the channel. I loved Pat and Jen, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. Now, unfortunately, so much bad stuff has happened with this channel. It's honestly awful, and I hate it. I really think it fell off after Pat broke up with Jen and just, Pat going to jail, getting a new girlfriend. It's just my opinion. I know some people, whatever. I don't agree with any of the stuff he's doing now, and it really sucks that he fell off so hard considering he was a major contributor to my childhood. He's going to have to go in F tier. This next runner-up, Oompaville, was honestly a really surprise to me. I grew up somewhat watching him. I would, go watch his My Life animated videos just because it was mostly quick clickbait. And me, I'm in my boyish mind with his, clickbait thumbnails, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I watched that a lot just because I thought it was genuinely interesting. And honestly, I'm so glad he's left that because he's doing some more interesting content and he's spreading out so much more. And I genuinely love what he's doing. And I always watch his videos just because, they're long and actually interesting, unlike some other YouTubers. But it's definitely a new take on his life. Honestly, I'm going to have to go ahead and give him an S tier. We're at kind of a point in the video where I should tell you that I am definitely very biased. I love all these creators and I want to give them S+ tiers, but honestly, I'm just debating it at this point if I still watch them or not, or depending on how much they impacted my childhood. So basically, on to the next one is Josh Dub. Now, Josh Dub is pretty much the entire reason I'm on this platform. Growing up watching him doing his stupid shenanigans on VR and all the other people who were partners with him at the time, it was just genuine funny content that was so just impactful towards me. It was something that I genuinely wanted to do. And he is basically the main reason I made this channel anyways. It was the main reason me and Gavin made this channel, was because we wanted to be kind of more what Josh Dub is, or, well, the channels he has now with it, where it's just friends having a good time and enjoying themselves. So honestly, I'm going to have to go ahead and give Josh Dub an S+. Now, our next runner-up is Lazarbeam. Now, I did watch Lazarbeam for a really long while, and he did make a lot of content, but after it just kind of started slowing down and it just seemed like, content creation just kind of fell off for him. And now that's totally understandable. Some of these YouTubers have been on here for a really long time, almost 10 years plus. So I honestly understand it, why his content creation has definitely gone a bit slower. But unfortunately, I'm just going to have to put him in A tier just because I don't really watch his content anymore. Yes, he had impact on me. Yes, I loved his videos. But it kind of just fell off after a while, and I don't really watch him that much anymore. Now, our final runner-up for this video is MatPat, the Game Theorist. Obviously, he has to be in here because he also made my childhood. I think game theory was a big part of everyone's childhood growing up, and it's just, I believe genuinely that he was just a good person overall, and his theories was just something I always clung to, something I just stuck to as I grew up. I always watched them. I don't watch them as much anymore, though. I kind of just stopped watching them after he left, just because it doesn't feel the same anymore. And that's unfortunate, because a lot of these YouTubers, it's not the same anymore. Everything's just different. We're growing up, and it's kind of sad to say, but I know he's doing good for himself and he's providing for a family. So I genuinely am happy for him, and I really think that he definitely deserves an S+. Now, let me guys know what you think about this tier list. I was just kind of going over with the kind of semi-few people I grew up with childhood-wise. There's a lot more that I grew up with. It's just I don't really think they are going right with life right now, so I just genuinely didn't want to put them on the tier list at all. I know some of these are definitely in weird spots, because I believe the big three, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and PewDiePie, like the original big three, should definitely be up in S+. But I think that just as of right now, this is kind of where I want to put them, considering the fact that I don't really watch them anymore. And honestly, yeah, that's really much it. I'm sorry if he doesn't agree. This video was just kind of a quick little tidbit that I wanted to do. Don't take it seriously. This is just kind of my thoughts on the opinion. Anyways, that's pretty much it. See y'all later.